It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the Falcons' electric quarterback. He was a tour de force a week ago, 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Falcons and the Lions on Monday night.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Right back to him on first down. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 66 yards.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost as if in his mind, he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
To throw on second down is Goff. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They come into this one ranked #5 in the NFL against the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, you're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. But some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this done.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped. Scrimmage. And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. That's a smart move to throw it away.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. The opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 5, here's second and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the hands of all of your opponents. We got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Noah Gray, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Blitz coming, and down he goes. There'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Third and long. It's gone. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it will be Falcon football. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to have the Falcons first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. The Falcons are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there, and a first down for the Falcons.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 50. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
On second down, here's Goff. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Goff. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jeffrey Simmons with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They were winners last week over Tennessee, and they've got the lead here as well. They start this drive out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to... Coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards that time for number 14.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 4. And they'll try to run the option here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. So that runs up a 7-play drive all told. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Now here's Baldwin. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's 2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Able to find Gray here. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Goff. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. Down the sideline he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Extra point try now for Moody. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. In search of redemption from the pick 6. Goff. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Here's Goff. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Off play action. Here's Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, Goff. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And that's the type of play gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
Okay, ready? 18, 5 here. Ready?
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The first play of the second half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
This 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's the option. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw caught by Gray. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Now it's Goff. And his throw is incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, giving you a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Goff. And that will be incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 2nd and 6. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 98 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to lose yardage here. as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll set up to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
After the interception, here's Goff. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as it gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. And help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have on front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. From a yard out.
And the Falcons are on their way to a 2-0 start. Moody good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that
big lead. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Here's Goff.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Goff. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there of 22.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's a give up the middle. Oh, nice move.
And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into some.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown overall. Kyle Pitts.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Falcons add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Moody good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
So out now come the Lions. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Now moving for the PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards to pick up there.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Gone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Goff's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And out across midfield down to the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and his
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Goff now to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
2nd down and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30. And now they're in the hurry up.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Okay, ready?
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Campbell making the catch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for the Falcons, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try